Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey. I don't enjoy camping. My first experience of camping took place when I was just 12 years old. I went to a Bible camp in a muddy field 30 miles from my home, which was in Bristol, England. A real camp where we slept in ex-army bell tents, packed in like sardines, our heads to the outside and feet to the pole. Torrential rain and cold weather played havoc with my asthma. So I hatched a plot to escape. And within 24 hours I packed, said goodbye, and hitched a ride home with a visitor, to the utter amazement of my parents. "What a dump," I explained. That wasn't my idea of a good time. My interest in camping went downhill from there. Valiantly I tried again as a young adult now, sleeping out with a friend in a forest near Cameron Lake on Vancouver Island, British Columbia. You guessed, about 2 a.m, the skies opened and it rained cats and dogs. We quickly bundled our soaking sleeping bags into the car and hightailed it 100 miles south for Victoria and a proper bed. Give me a good hotel any day. So, imagine my respect for Abraham, who chose to live in tents for 100 years. He was 75 years old when he set out from Haran in Mesopotamia, and 175 when he died in Canaan. Imagine camping for a century. And his son Isaac and grandson Jacob also lived in tents. By living in tents as an alien, Abraham set an example for us. He did so in anticipation of living someday in the celestial city. The Bible tells us that by faith Abraham made his home in the promised land like an alien in a foreign country. He lived in tents, for he was looking forward to the city with foundations, whose architect and builder is God. Abraham was in the promised land, but still had his eyes set on the ultimate promised land. Say, do you? Do I? Like Abraham, God expects us to live as aliens, separate from the world. Don't let the world around you squeeze you into its mold, he warns us through Paul's admonition to the Romans. Having lived in 3 countries, I'm used to being an alien. The English think I'm American, the Americans think I'm English, and the French are not sure if I'm English, American, Belgian, or Swiss. But all of us who are Christ followers are called to see ourselves as aliens in a world that in general doesn't take God seriously. Jesus urged us to be in the world, but not of the world. The boat must be in the water, not the water in the boat. God calls us, like Abraham, to look forward to our home in heaven. Remember the old song, "This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through." So remember, like Abraham, we are called to be perpetual campers, to live as aliens in this world, looking forward to our home in heaven. This mindset will impact our values, our speech, our conduct, and our relationships. And it should make us very happy campers. And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.